Ayo, what's up? Welcome to Hang Out with the Bros with no bros, okay? Just me, Jojo, he's at his own house because of the quarantine. And then, yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to make something. You guys wanna guess what it is? You guessed it! I'm doing Kaopia, some traditional food, okay? I'm gonna make the noodle myself and the soup. It's super easy, simple ingredient. Alright, so we got the rice flour. Make sure you get the red bag, okay? And then we got the tapioca starch. Make sure you get this bag. Because you need two different ingredients. One's gonna make it more starchy. So you can make these noodle, okay? It's gonna be a noodle. It's like a noodle chicken dish. So add half of each bag, okay? Boom, into a little container here. And then you add, you know, the other stuff. Oh my god, I just got a little too excited. Add both of them. And then kind of just mix them up, okay? Mix them up. They'll be good. Alright, so now you get the boiling hot water. You know, make sure you boil some water. And just add the water to the mixture of the tapioca starch and the rice flour, okay? Just don't add too much, okay? Just add just a little at a time. Then you kind of just stir it around. Stir it around. Make sure the water is boiling. If it's not boiling, this is not gonna work. It's not gonna activate the starch and all the tapioca stuff, you know? So you want to make sure that you have boiling hot water, and then use one of these sticks. You know, if you know, I know some of the older folks, they say that, you know, put your hand in there. Your hand can't stand this hotness. You ain't ready to get married, okay? But I don't recommend doing that, okay? Just use a stick, a paddle, whatever you use. I'm using a little rice scooper. So it's looking like it's clumping up, which is a good thing, okay? So then I know that I need more water, so I'm gonna add a little more boiling water. Okay. I boil about 3 cups of water, okay? And I'm starting to regret this because I don't think I have enough water. But we'll see. Don't add water too quick, okay? Sometimes it doesn't look like it's gonna work yet, but make sure you keep stirring, so that everything can combine. Because if you add water too much, later on, it's gonna get too sticky, and then it's gonna be really hard to get it non-sticky. You might have to add a lot of flour, and then later on you end up with too much noodle and not enough soup. But I'll show you a way to save them later too, okay? Okay, now I can see like the water pretty good. You know, like this right here. So I know that it's getting pretty close. And for this, don't worry about over kneading it, okay? You want to kind of knead it, kind of over knead it, so that the noodle will have a nice springiness to it, and it will stay together. If you don't knead it enough, then it's gonna fall all apart once you put in the soup. Oh, sorry. And then it should turn out looking like this, okay? It's a little bit sticky right now, but I forgot to tell you guys should buy an extra pack of rice flour, you know, so then you guys can flour it up. But this would be the noodle, okay? You're gonna roll these out, and then I'll show you how to roll it out and you know, cut it into noodles. But that's how it's supposed to look like. If you didn't put the water hot enough, then it would not combine together. It would just be too flaky, and yeah, it won't work. So make sure the water is boiling hot, and when you do this, it's boiling hot, okay? Alright, so you guys are probably wondering why I have the mixer here. But why didn't you use the mixer to make this? Well, the thing is, it just works much better when you do hands-on, okay? When you use your hands and you do it. I tried it with the mixer, it's just not powerful enough to mix this like super starchy, you know, like this thing. Oh my god, so starchy now, okay? So it's just better to do it with your hand. Now all you need is just a little flour. That's your surface that you sanitize. Yeah, very nice. And now I'm gonna cut it into like section, you know, like about like a hand size section. And then I'm gonna just kind of squish it up, you know, pat it down. It should be pretty good. Right, you know, pat it down so it's kind of flat, because we're gonna put it through the little noodle roller here. So just trying to make it flat, kind of press it in. Make sure you get a lot of flour in there, okay? Because you don't want it to stick. And you make sure you flour your little roller here first too, okay? Make sure it's all floured up. Okay, so this is how you're gonna be doing it. Boom, you're gonna turn this on, and then you can see the magic happen. Oh, you see that? You see that? Oh yes. Sometimes you might have to add a little flour. You feel like it's getting a little sticky. You might have to just add a little flour, okay? And sometimes you feel like your dough here is a little sticky. You can knead it out with a little bit of flour first, and then you can do this. But me, I'm on a crunch time, so I don't really care. Beautiful. A little flour. And call this good. This is good, okay? So this is what you want to do first. Don't make the noodle too thin. If you make it too thin, it's gonna break all apart everywhere. I'm gonna cut this in half. And I think for this, I'm gonna have to knead it a little bit. Okay, it's a little sticky. And this is where it goes back to what I was saying. Don't add too much water. Or else it's gonna get very, very sticky. But this is just a good enough thickness, so I could just you know, add some flour on the little surface here. Knead it out. Just kind of knead it like this again, almost like when you're doing it with the ball, the big ball I showed you guys. Then when you knead it, just press it forward, bring it back. Then you feel like this part is a little sticky, just add a little flour to the surface again, and then just knead it. You know, push over, hold it back in, push over, hold it back in, push over, hold it back in. Very simple technique. Alright, so now we're gonna plow this up the cutter. Make sure you have the cutter on the biggest cutting section. And look at that. That's go 2. And cut. Make some beautiful noodles. See that? Just toss it in flour. And shake it off. Then, boom. 1. Let me show you guys another one, okay? Got it. If you guys like it shorter, you guys can cut it. But me, I'm just gonna keep it long. Perfect. Alright, so make sure you get a whole chicken or chicken quarters, okay? Because this is very cheap, only $6. I'm still waiting for Cut Food to sponsor me. And then one thing is, try to get rid of the skin. I'm not a big fan of skin, a lot of fats and stuff, so I'm gonna take it off. But if that's your thing, you know, you can add it in, it's fine, more flavor. I'm just gonna take off the skin. Take out the skin on this side. And then I'm just gonna debone it, okay? Debone it, I'm gonna boil the bone for the broth. And then I'm gonna cut up the meat for the actual soup, so there's meat inside the soup. Right here, bone. One bone. If there's a little meat on there, it's fine. You're gonna boil it for a little bit so that your stock becomes very flavorful. Some people leave the bone in there so people can, you know, chew on it and stuff, but it's up to them. Me, I don't really need it. I'm gonna dice these up to like a good bite size. I like it nice and meaty. Alright, so make sure you scoop up the scum so that your soup will be nice and clear. And this is not good tasting at all. It makes it cloudy and nasty. Unless you like to make it nasty. Alright, so now we're gonna add in the seasoning. We're gonna add this, okay? Don't hate me for it, but I don't care. Just a little soup base. Just add like, I don't have that much, so I'm just gonna add all of it. But then it's about a tablespoon right here. Boom. 1 tablespoon. If you have more, add more. Maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons, okay? I'm gonna add some salt. 1 tablespoon. I go a little more because I don't have that much of that thing. Alright. And then that will be your flavoring. And I'll show you guys the condiment in a bit here, okay? Alright, so we have the noodles. Remember we made all the noodles? Now you're just gonna have to add it into the pot, okay? Make sure you shake it, try to get as much flour as you can. Because if you add a lot of too many flours, then the soup's gonna be very thick. You really just want the noodle, okay? So just add as many noodle as you want, okay? Me, I don't want to add too much because then the soup gets very thick. I kind of want it a little brothy, a little thick, but not too much. And like how I said before, if you want to cut the noodle, you can cut the noodle and make it thinner, but me, you know, I like it long style. I'm gonna add this in. And make sure you just, you know, determine how much you want, you know, how much soup you have is how much you add in there, okay? And then once you add the noodle, you don't have to cook it for too long, okay? You just want to cook it for like, let it bring to a boil and that's it. You don't want to keep on boiling it where all the noodles gonna break apart. Might have to just add just a little bit more. You know, you have a lot of noodle left over. You know, the soup base is pretty easy to make, so then what you want to do is just take these, you know, put it in a baggie, and then you could just like toss it in your refrigerator. It will last up to like a week, maybe 2. But yeah, so then all you have to do is just buy a little chicken and, you know, boil it, add your seasoning, add whatever you want to the broth, and just throw the noodle in, and it will last you for a while, you know. So, and that was with 1 pack of the tapioca starch and 1 pack of the rice flour, okay? So it made a lot. This It's gonna feed like, I don't know, your whole family. If it's by yourself, oh my god, you're gonna be eating for days. But alright. Alright, so these are the condiments, okay? You saw me cutting the cilantro, the green onion, okay? Those are your little veggie. This black pepper, some homemade chili oil and garlic, some dry pepper, and some fish sauce. The reason why I said don't go overboard with the seasoning too, because you let them add in the fish sauce, it have a little saltiness, a little umami in it, so it will make the whole package good. So, you know, so just don't add too much seasoning into the soup. They will add it in if they want to, okay? So yeah. Alright, so just got done cooking, and then yeah, you guys saw the food. Let me know if you guys like it. If you guys do try it, you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys like it, okay? And then and I know this time is like quarantine time and stuff, so yeah, we couldn't get many video out right now, but we're gonna try our best, okay? Maybe Jojo do his own, I do my own, and then, you know, you might see Jojo one day, you might see me one day, you know? So yeah, so did you guys try the food? Let me know if you guys like that, because that's pretty affordable. Anybody can make it at home. It's not too hard. Even though if the noodle don't come out right, it's still gonna taste good. So your boy again, Lane from Hoes with the Bros. So I'm out. See ya.